If you are truly a frugal person, you may or may not, but my guess on probability rate is you probably do this habit once in a while on occasion. I know some of you going to say, no, not me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on this channel, the Save Money and More Jan channel. We'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. I just want to mention something. This was about 25, actually, I'd say about 28 years ago. 28 years ago, when I wanted to get, let's say, drive from Lower Manhattan and go into Jersey City, I would choose to take the Holland Tunnel. Okay. And prior to getting into the Holland Tunnel, there was a certain street and it passed a certain building that used to have interesting billboard signs on the top. It was very interesting, and how smart to put a billboard sign there, because usually there's bottlenecking of traffic at that particular point to gain entry into the always busy, very rarely not busy Holland Tunnel. Although there are times in the day, if you sneak out very, very super early on a Sunday morning and want to go into Manhattan, for example, on a very early Sunday morning, probably about after 6 o'clock in the morning, you still have a chance of just literally zipping right through the Holland Tunnel. But that's its own show. Okay, there are ways and there are ways. So one day, when of course caught in traffic, my attention just sitting there, my attention was looking up to this billboard. What billboard do we have today? And it caught my attention and I never forgot it. Here I am, 28 years later. Whoever wrote this was a sheer genius. A sheer genius, okay? Let me count how many words it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. Wait, make sure. Okay, 6 words that have not left my brain since approximately 1997, because it's all 25 and 3 years, 28. Okay, get a load of this. Get a load of this sentence. Remember, the time is always now. And now was written in NOW, all caps. Whoa. Let's say it again. Remember, the time is always now. Bold print. Whoa. Think about that for a second. I'm speaking to you, well, in real time for me, which is always right now. In real time for me, this is the previous Saturday that you're getting to hear this story. I like to record 1 week ahead every show. I pre record 1 week ahead. When I was doing the short videos, I used to batch record those in about 2 hours time. So what's stretched out Monday through Friday, the little tiny videos, the 5-minute ones, it would take 2 hours of a Sunday after church. Okay. That was just one of the things that I did. But I decided to make a change in my schedule. And at that time, that was the moment of now, of that time, right? So think about this. It's always now. It is always now. Okay. Right now, and wherever you're listening to me, it is now for you. Right now for you is you're listening to this audio video from my channel. Okay. Because why? The time is always now. It's not always yesterday. It's not always tomorrow, but it is always right now. Think about that for a minute. I'm telling you, the writer of that sentence was a sheer genius. I wonder how many people remember that sentence from back in the day that used to bypass that billboard. Remember, the time is always now. But Jen, what does this have to do with frugality? And frugal people might do this habit on occasion. Well, smart, frugal people sometimes delay things. Now, some people may call that procrastination. And quite honestly, procrastination does not always have to be a bad thing. I am procrastinating to make a snap decision on a major purchase. Yeah, I want to make sure I'm getting my value. I want to make sure I'm getting all the bang I can for my buck. Hard earned, well earned buck. Think about that for a second. Is procrastination always bad? However, delaying it in a healthy manner to make sure that you're getting more bang for your buck is a good thing. But then there are times when it's not a good thing, when people put off, let's say, getting medical testing or getting their foundation of their home inspected, things of that nature, home repairs that are tiny right now, but could turn into a big old major mess down the pike. You see where I'm going with this. However, frugal people might do this habit on occasion, a healthy dose of procrastination to make sure that before a major purchase, a decision, even not necessarily only a major purchase, sometimes even a purchase at the grocery store, which is not necessarily the major purchase unless that's all you have to concern yourself with because that's all you're worried about in your time in your life. That grocery store trip may mean major league for you at that moment in time. Do we put off now for forever? Should we always do that? No, no. But there are times when it is perfectly okay. For example, when you're planning out a grocery list, okay, if you're on a tight budget and it takes you maybe a little longer to put that list together to be prepared, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. And if there's anybody trying to rush you into stuff like that, if you're the one where it's coming out of your pocket, no, 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 no. All my grocery monies comes out of my pocket. So I make dang well sure that I am totally positive in my decision making because I like to shop twice a month. I'm not interested in shopping every week. No, every 14 days works for me. It's to me, it's very easy to plan. I also find myself totally avoiding food waste. Oh, I felt so badly the other day. Literally, a slice of bread fell on the floor. I was not going to use that. I said, "Oh," I just kissed it up to heaven. I said, I cannot, I just cannot use this piece of bread because, you're in a city and you're walking all over I just felt terrible. Here I am because of a little accidental spill. And some people waste food all the time. I don't waste food at all. Zero, zero. But that's me. But that's another show. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. I digress on that one. But there are times frugal people might do the habit of procrastination on purpose in a good, healthy manner. Delaying a decision. For example, how many people confuse wants and needs? They're on the road to frugality. They want to exercise their frugal muscles. I get it. So sometimes it's going to be the right answer and sometimes it's going to be the wrong answer. But while they are in training, to build up their frugal muscles, here's what's going to happen. It may take a little time, and that is totally okay. Don't let anyone else rush you into a decision of purchases because you might come up with an idea that may save you a bundle that particular grocery haul, for example, or if somebody's insistent on certain utility plans or whatever, that may fill the need for their family, but may not fit the bill for your family. So it is okay to take extra time to make decisions. And that, my friend, is the whole point of this video. But I'll tell you one thing. That sign that left an impression on me for 28 years, I wish I knew the writer of that because that person is a genius.